The Twin Valley Locker Room Show brings you inside Clay Center Tiger football. The Twin Valley Locker Room Show is powered by Pulse Internet. All your devices, one superior connection. And joined now by one of the Tiger seniors, number 51, Brandon Loader, joins us here on the Twin Valley Locker Room Show. And Brandon, I'm going to get to the bad stuff to start. Last week at Smoky Valley, you guys had such a great battle. I mean, it was a great football game if you had no interest in it. Obviously, we had a whole lot of interest in it. I guess let's talk about the feeling coming into Monday. I know you guys meet on the weekend, but coming off of such a tough loss in overtime, what was the feeling of you guys collectively as players on Monday to try to get ready for this week?
Well, just hungry for a playoff win. I don't know when the last playoff win was, but yeah.
And I know that you guys wanted to have a home playoff game. We talked about that a lot, and it was on your minds. It was a goal that you guys set early on. I guess I'm just going to continue to ask, you guys were disappointed Friday night. I mean, I can't imagine. I know what it felt like up in the booth. So then you got to get yourselves regrouped to go up against a really tough collegiate team. Has the week gone well for you guys?
Yeah, so far.
And what are the things you're looking at with this collegiate team that I guess coaches have said, this is what we've got to take care of to put ourselves in a position to win that football game?
I think we need to take care of them coverage-wise on defense.
I know that defense has been something you've been able to get more and more plays on the field, snaps on the field, and then you've been forced into even further duty. And you've had a great senior year. Have you felt like the position has just gotten easier for you to know what's going on and to be in position, and then you can make the plays? I think the whole thing is for you guys to take care of assignments.
Yeah. Yeah, throughout the year it has.
Just gotten more part of what comes naturally? Is it slowed down some?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, good deal. Now, Coach has been asking you seniors to bring in something of a prop, I think is how he's said it. So tell me about the props that you brought in today.
I just brought a few wrenches because I've always worked on dirt bikes and trucks and whatnot throughout high school. So
I know you tinker around out at the country club too, helping work on some things. Is this something you want to do in the future? Work with mechanics?
Maybe. I'm not for sure yet. I haven't decided.
A long way to go before you got to make those decisions, right? Okay, we do a thing called Tiger Talk. Maybe you've seen it. We ask some questions, could be about anything, all right? First question is, Game 7 of the World Series, as we record this, is being played tonight. That means one more time someone will sing a national anthem. Which Clay Center Tiger would you choose if you had to put someone out there to sing the national anthem off your team?
I'll put Parker.
All right, you got a good voice?
No, just because it'd be funny.
He's not afraid probably to go do it either. Okay, very good. I like that. Okay, name a favorite sport besides football.
Golf.
And I know that you haven't played a lot because you're busy with school and football. That's something, though, on the agenda for this year?
Yeah. Hopefully make it to state again this year.
Get back to state. Good player, Brandon, I can tell you that much. Okay, road trip to Wichita coming up Friday to play collegiate in the playoffs. Favorite road trip artist, I'm going to ask. Not a song. If you had to pick one artist that you could put on your iPod or phone or whatever it is you're listening off of, who would it be?
Honestly, I don't really have a preference.
Just whatever. Do you put a playlist together, or you just use somebody else's?
Just use somebody else's.
Very good. All right. Very cool. Brandon, keep up the good work. It's been fun to see you do great things out there on Friday nights. Good luck at Collegiate.
Thank you.
Brandon Loader is our guest on the Twin Valley Locker Room Show. Back on the Twin Valley Locker Room Show, powered by Pulse Internet. All your devices, one superior connection. Coach, you guys made some kind of connection late in the football game in overtime against Smoky Valley. And I'm going to start with that game. I know you guys are trying to move on, and that's what football teams have to do. But talk about the play that, I guess I'm going to talk about a few aspects of the touchdown that you guys made. Peyton Lane just got himself open. That wasn't a route he's running by that time.
Right.
Kate Wallace found a way to just stay alive. And your guys stayed engaged enough blocking to give him an opportunity to do that. Talk about that final play.
Yeah, it was just a great job of Cade being able to extend the play. And then, like you said, Peyton staying with it, finding a hole in the defense back there, guys staying on their blocks.
You know, it was a game that it was so weird. the flow of the game, it just seemed funky the entire night. You guys got up, the big play to start with Cade Wallace, then they make a return, then they take a lead. It was just such a game that I said to Brandon, if you didn't have vested interest in the game, it would have been a fun game just to sit back and watch. It wasn't so fun when you got so much heart and soul put into it.
Yeah, we put a lot of time and effort into it, and you got to give a lot of credit to Smoky Valley. Like you said, we were up 16-0 at one point, had a chance in the third quarter to go back up 2 touchdowns and didn't. And at some point you got to respect the opponent that you played and the things that they did well, and they made one more play than we did.
I know I've heard from so many people that couldn't make the road trip. They were listening, and they felt like they had gut punched. I said walking out of the booth, Randy and Carrie and I are saying, how do you get your guys and maybe yourselves to now move forward? I know you have by now, and I kind of have an idea what the answer is, but that was a tough one to do those things coming off Friday night.
Yeah, it was, and nothing you can do about it. It played out the way that it did, and a couple unfortunate things. You just had to come back, and like we said Monday, we're in the playoffs. We wish we were playing at home in front of our home crowd, but we're in the playoffs, and we're playing one of the marquee high school football programs there are. And so our focus just needs to be on that and, the big opportunity that we wanted.
And now it is a big week. It's playoff week. A lot of teams don't get a chance to go into the playoffs. So you guys go forward now and look at this collegiate team. I know you've been scouting since you got home, maybe before you got home Friday night. You had some ideas about what this team probably brings anyway. What are the things that bring the biggest concerns of collegiate?
Just overall team speed. We haven't seen a team with this type of speed on both sides of the ball. Defensively, they swarm. And then they've got some skilled kids that, they can do a lot of things. They can line up, go heavy personnel, or they can go empty and stretch the field. And, it'll just be a different level of speed that we haven't seen.
It is a chance to go into Wichita and play a high school playoff football game. And really, the pressure's off. You come home, you're an upper seed, you're expected to do some big things. Now you just go and play football. Does that free things up for the guys, maybe some?
I hope so. That's what we told them. We're an underdog. Everybody, knows about collegiate and the things they've done in the past, the tradition of the school. And, I hope we're the much hungrier team. And, it's a team, they've got some things they don't do well. And, they've turned the ball over and had some penalties. And, we got to bring our A game and, force them into some of those hiccups to make something happen for us.
I'm excited to see what these guys do, because if there's one thing I can say about your Tiger team, and something you've talked about all year long, is their character, their confidence, and their willingness to go out and give it everything they've got. And sometimes that's not easy at the high school level. It's almost easier to lay back and see if good things happen. This team goes and they take it head on, don't you think?
They do, and you go back and you watch the game film and you're like, man, our guys play awful hard. They give their heart and their full effort out there, and there's some things we wish we'd do better fundamentally and physically and some of that. But as far as effort, I don't think I've ever doubted this group in terms of just laying it on the line.
Okay, Tiger talk before you make this road trip on the way to Wichita. Game 7 World Series, as we record, is going to be played this evening. Okay. So that's one final national anthem that'll be sung in the baseball season. Which Clay Center Tiger are you going to put out there if you had to choose one to sing the national anthem?
I'm thinking Cade Wallace is in Tiger Corral, so let's do it up.
Did you hear Brandon's answer by any chance?
I think he said Parker.
And his reasoning was, it'd just be funny.
It'd be funny, yeah.
All right, number 2, name a favorite sport besides football.
Probably basketball. I just always grew up kind of playing like Shaq, like a mini Shaq, so I like to get out there and bang around.
A beast in the middle. All right. Road trip to Wichita coming up Friday, as we mentioned, play collegiate. What is a favorite road trip artist? Not a song, not a playlist, but if you had to choose one artist for a road trip, who would it be?
Oh, boy. I know a pregame what I like, but on the road, maybe just some Kenny Chesney and just keep low key and, kind of keep it under wraps.
Pass the time till you get there and let the let the energy and everything go at that point, right?
That's right.
All right. Hey, good luck on Friday.
All right, thanks a lot.
Coach Todd Rice with us on the Twin Valley Locker Room Show.